Do you ever get that feeling when watching someone else's videos where you're just like, it's so good! It's so good! Guys, I'm quitting making videos because other people's videos are good. Hey, friend. Short-haired Levi tuning in here from the space shuttle, from the van, from the adventure mobile. I want to talk about some creators that make me really jealous. Some YouTubers that make me feel things. Things like maybe I should stop making videos and stuff. But of course, I'm going to put a positive spin on it because that's what I do. You guys know I'm positive most of the time when the cameras are on. Whenever I'm getting in my head about looking at other people's stuff, I try to go, how can this push me to do a better version of what I can do? Okay, so first up is and Johnny Harris. I love what these two are doing. I just recently became aware of them. They're like a power couple situation, filmmaker-y duo.
This all started when Johnny told me I wasn't attractive.
Wait, no. I didn't actually say.
No, you literally did.
Attractive. I didn't say.
You're not. This isn't your channel.
Yeah, this is my story though. I'm half of this story, so I'm gonna stay right here.
Let's rewind.
So from the second of first hitting play on one of their videos, I kind of really just loved the vibe that they both have in each individual's videos that they make on their own channels. And I don't know how much they actually discuss out loud their styles and how those overlap and intertwine. And I don't know their process. I'd actually be really interested to hear how much they talk with each other because I think they help film each other's videos. I don't really know how it goes, but I think they also both do video for work. This isn't a backstory on them. I'm very new to their content, but I really appreciate it's hard to put a finger on what the quality is, but it's a special kind of intentionality behind the videos where it's less hypey and more just the intentional topic put to great visuals. Here's the thing that I'm thinking about and I want to share it with you type video. And so they aren't uploading crazy frequently, but when they are uploading, I'm now going to be here for it.
I need to take off first. I just need to take off my fanny. Why do I don't know. I went to Toronto for a film festival. I premiered a film. I did that last year as well. I did it this year. This year's film was big.
And I went and watched that film and my goodness, is it a powerful piece of video that, you know, when you like watch a video, it doesn't happen often, but you can just tell that there's a piece of that person, like who they are as a person was grafted into this thing that they made and said, here world, here it is. And each time that happens, and you get to experience that as someone just like you're just like browsing internet videos and suddenly you're hit with something that's like really impactful. It's a lot to take in, and especially in contrast to what's normally just uploaded on the platforms. It's called I Remember. A little bit of a trigger warning maybe for some people, but that's an incredible film, incredible work. I hope to see you continue to make things and put them on the internet. This next one, I would love for you to go subscribe. I think they are doing some really cool stuff. Levi Hildebrand. He's making proud the name of Levi, bringing honor to our name, elevating the social standing of what it means to be a Levi. And he's also making some really cool stuff. The concept of his channel is basically how to live with less impact, but the videos are made in a way where it's really not like in your face aggressive.
Do you think that I'm cheap because of mostly dad and a bit of mom, or a bit of mom and mostly dad?
No, mostly me.
But done in a way that's actually thought-provoking and like how do ordinary people do actions in their life? How do they vote with their dollars for things that they want to? How do they live in a way that represents the type of world they want to keep living in, basically? Okay, next up, we're going over to Gene with Potato Jet. Man, there's so much to say about Gene, and he's doing fantastic on the platform. But when I watch his stuff, what I'm just like so thrilled by is it feels like he's really getting his personality into the content in an interesting way.
You know that saying that the only thing to fear is fear itself? Like whenever I hear that, I'm like, okay, wise ass, how about getting hit by a bicycle? I mean, that's a thing. But the more you think about
it's like, man, I just really want to be friends with Gene. Gene, can we be friends? This is my formal application to submit for friendship. I think from the people that just are in the filmmaking world, I think they look at the YouTube world and they're kind of a little condescending about people that make internet videos fast. I mean, because in the grand scheme of things, putting out even a video a week is really fast. And so there's kind of this attitude that I've only scratched the surface of from like filmmakers to YouTubers. And so it's always fun when someone like Gene, who's a fantastic DP, he works with like professional cinema cameras often, when he comes to the platform and it like has kind of this special filmmaker-y creator energy going on. I really appreciate that. For all the people that I'm suggesting today, go send them some Left Coast love. You don't have to spam their comments, but go click on a video and say what you liked about it and just spread some encouragement today. So next up, we've got Craig Adams from Brooklyn, New York City. I think the first video I watched from Craig was like some random vlog in New York City, and he definitely does not make those anymore. But what became evident pretty quickly watching Craig kind of just do what he does over the years is that he is not shy to just burn things to the ground if he doesn't like them anymore. Like just deleting old projects because, hey, who needs them? Or taking his Twitter account and just deleting it. And I almost am half subscribed to Craig to be like, what's he gonna do next? Is he gonna upload his memories to the cloud? And then I don't know. Craig's great. What I respect about what he's done lately is these solo hiking videos with no dialogue whatsoever. So they're just really beautiful cinematic pieces where the story is just him going out on a hike and you're totally immersed in just the visual component. And what's so fun and what I get jealous of is they're doing incredibly well on the platform. Yeah, 1.5 million views. It's cool to see work that you like get respected on the platform and other people liking it. That's what's cool about views, and why I celebrate sometimes other people's videos doing absurdly well, is it's just like, sweet, like the platform likes it, people like it, it's all around happy, it's like benefiting the creator. And then the catch-22 of that is feeling then that like every video needs to do as well as that one that popped off did. But I think Craig is the kind of guy that I want to keep seeing him just do whatever he wants to do. I want to take a moment and talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. So if you need a pal, if you need a buddy, if you need a friend that's there for you, the people that say they're going to be there and then they aren't there and they flake out last minute. Well, that's kind of like a bad website builder, where the day that you're trying to change an image on your homepage to look good, and then suddenly when you look at it on a phone, it just looks awful. Well, that's what I've experienced with other website building services, and Squarespace is the good friend anti-version of that. Squarespace is there for you if you have an idea you want to get out into the world. They've got beautiful templates, and their website builder is so easy to use. It's drag and drop. You can basically just click a block and you want to make that an image, you want to make that text, you want to make the way it looks, and it's visual as it's happening. So you don't have to know code. You don't have to be able to tinker with things in the back end. You can just make the website do what you see in your head. I recommend you go get a trial going, start to build a page for the work that you're doing, put it up there, share it with the world, try to get hired, and you can say thank you later when your webpage does wonders for you. Make sure to use my code for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Okay, so next up is a real-time reaction. This is someone that I found today that when playing the video, I'm just like, how? How do you have that much skill? It's so smooth. Kyle Valeris. And the quality of this intro is just like really superb. Like it's got this smoothness to it that feels not so frantic and jittery like some of the transition videos that I see. It's almost like reminding me of Daniel Schiffer-esque, like the B-roll-y rotating stuff, but like with some good intent. And I've never tried to shoot stuff like that. I don't know how hard that is, but he makes it look effortless. So this whole sequence from Kyle, I was just like, dang, that probably took a while. Great work. I mean, it's such a treat when someone's got 3 videos and like 100, 200 subscribers and the quality of what they're putting out is that great. Like, I love that. I haven't tried to shoot one of those sequences that's like the camera's moving with the action that's happening in the frame, but I kind of want to give it a go. And that's reminding me. So like, when you watch other people's stuff, this is maybe the core message that I'm going to try to take out of this video beyond just showing you some of the people that I've been enjoying their videos of. But when you watch other people's things, I would say there's a couple things that are pretty important. One, have a diverse spectrum of what you're taking in. If you only look at the identical person style thing, what that's going to do is it's going to limit your ability to tap into a mosaic of inspiration. So for instance, what I think is pretty helpful is, yes, know your genre, know what type of stuff is being uploaded there, because it takes knowing it to understand how you could do your own version of it. But how do you go out on that own route? That's a question that I'm asking myself constantly, and something that I'm not satisfied with where I'm currently at. Like, I want to keep finding my own spin on things and be more creative and find my own, like, develop my own voice even more. So this is the best advice I can give for that, is take a spectrum of inspiration, watch stuff from various different categories. Don't just pay attention to like your people. Take in various different forms of inspiration. It doesn't just have to be filmmaking. But then what you do is stop watching it. What will happen is those inspiration sources will synthesize down to your brain and to your psyche as a person. And you will, when you try to tap into your own creativity and you try to find what's my own way to do that, when you tap into things that's like a mirage of things, a collage, a mosaic, it can like morph inside of you to your own spin on it, to what you put out to people. It's got your own spin, and it's a twist and a remix of everyone else's stuff that's across this mosaic. I think that's what creativity really is. When you take stuff from multiple sources to inspire you, then you step away from that and go do your own thing. So next up, we've got Becky and Chris, and I love what they're doing. I really enjoy these two humans. They're a lot of fun to be around, and they work really, really hard. They're doing a lot of different things. I'm pretty sure, I don't know the exact dynamic, but I'm pretty sure Becky edits all the videos, or most of them. And they recently put out this series called Cold Island. I strongly recommend it. And what I love about this is that it's long form content. And this is something that I want to see more of on the platform, but it's very encouraging to see people tackle long form content and do it well. Where it's got this documentary vibe, and it's got, you know, this vlog vibe, and it's all kind of mixed together, and it's getting put out on YouTube as just a team. So it's just Becky and Chris, and they're just making great things and putting it out there. So I would love to have an extended chat with Becky at some point, because I'm pretty sure some of the struggles of making long form content, I'm sure there could be some interesting discussions there. And I'd love to hear about what that experience was like trying to edit these things, because most people who haven't tried to edit long form interview style stuff are unaware of what that process is like. And that process can be brutal. So Becky, maybe sometime we should have a long form chat about this. I don't know how or when we would do that. Becky and Chris, thanks for working hard and making the videos you do. And Becky, congrats on the work that went into editing that. Well done. That was a marathon. Good job. So this next channel, I'm pretty sure this next channel is in a dilemma. And what I mean by that is the amount of individual work that I think is going into each video is at a level that it just is. It's one of those things that it would almost be great if they put out more videos that were less good, but then it's that dynamic of maybe I wouldn't be so stoked on what they're doing if they weren't as good as it is. So who I'm talking about is Josh Yo from Make Art Now. It's just cool. Like, he's taken a spin on his style of gear reviews where his voice in the gear review space feels different. Josh, what he's doing here, he's got this whole thing going on where he's got this artificial intelligence interface built into his videos. I don't want to spoil it, but just go watch his video on how to make the YouTuber Dream Studio and just feel your lack of effort be made known to you by how much effort it probably took to. And in the video, he makes it look effortless, but the intentionality behind this must just be absurd. So Josh, what you're doing is really cool. I almost feel like Josh needs a second channel where he can upload stuff that takes him a quarter of the time to make, just because I'm sure lots of people would love to see more videos from Josh, but man, so cool. So sometimes when you watch too much stuff in your own genre, in your own space, it just kind of overwhelms your brain and just allows you to be creative, and it's really hard to figure out your own way of doing it. I have a lot of fun watching stuff that has nothing to do with filmmaking and is actually filmed awfully, just terrible quality. There's this guy, Mike Patey. He's building an airplane right now. He's built multiple airplanes. I don't know his background, but clearly he runs some business that is doing fine. He's some sort of engineer guy. But I get such a kick out of watching these like 41-minute videos of him just working on this airplane. It's like this therapeutic thing for me, just like for some reason, hearing someone problem solve about an industry that I know nothing about, i.e. building an airplane, is just like, it stimulates my own brain about like problem solving and trying to think through my own solutions that I come up with and things like that. So that's a recommendation to you. I watch boat builders, DIYers, and airplane builders. I'm kind of really into that in the past year. So I don't know. This is different, this kind of thing. And that's going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed something like this, I might try to do more. I obviously wouldn't just keep making videos about breaking down other people's channels, but I'd love to find a way where I could make more lower production effort videos that are still fun. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I feel like the theme of the last half decade is, well, start a podcast. And believe me, I've tried to, and it's hard. So I've recorded episodes and I haven't liked them, and I don't know. I might try to make that a thing for 2020, because a big obstacle that I've been facing on my channel is I want to make more education stuff. And I feel like that's just deja vu sentence over and over in my head, but specifically around storytelling and being a one-man team filmmaker type stuff. And I haven't found, it's really hard to make videos about that, I've found. And so something that might be more fruitful is if I try to have long form discussions about something that does deserve a bit more nuance. And maybe through going in that process, I would arrive at a way to talk about things that I could do in a more condensed form. But that is my hope for 2020. I'd like to make more videos that dive in specifically to the topic of just like how to make better stories. So if you'd like to hear that from me, let me know. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, life's better when you make stuff. Peace.